Competition is always good, and we're gonna go ahead and check out the Pixel 5 and see what kind of hidden features that this little device has. So in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and cover my top 10 favorite features about the Pixel 5. Let's get started. Starting off with the fact that it's now finally water resistant, as now it has an IP68 water and dust resistant rating, which is great. And then the aluminum body structure, the material that they're using doesn't feel that bad. And Google somehow managed to make this thing Qi charging compatible, and also supports reverse wireless charging, which you could easily access by simply just bringing down the control center and just swipe, depending how you have your control center organized. But if you slide to this tab right here, there's a new battery share icon, and when this is enabled, literally you could charge the Pixel Buds, or you could create a SIM and charge the enemy's phone right on top. And it works in a matter of seconds, and surprisingly, yeah, it works really well. Now, a unique feature about the Pixel 5 that I noticed is there is no earpiece speaker on top of the phone. That's because it's located apparently underneath the display. Now, this does alter the performance in the stereo quality side of things, so small sacrifices there had to be made, but definitely does look stylish. Now, just like other Pixel phones, you have Pixel unique features like the ability to show what music is playing on your lock screen. And if you don't know how to enable this, it's really easy. Just bring down control center, just hit the little gear icon, go down to sound and vibrations. And right here, you'll see a now playing column. Tap on here, enabled, show songs on lock screen. Now, this may use up a little bit more battery life because the microphone is constantly listening to music, as it's gonna do its best to identify them. So whenever you're at a store, a gym, and there's a song that's playing and you forgot to Shazam it or something, you can see it right there on the lock screen. And not only that, it'll actually keep a log history, which you could have access to right here in this little menu. Now, Google did ditch the Face ID that was found on the Pixel 4, and they replaced it with the Touch ID. They reversed back to this, and the timing was perfect because during this whole pandemic, having a mask covering your face was really inconvenient to unlock your phone. But now, you can just tap in the back and unlock your device just like so. So I highly recommend registering additional fingerprints, but also unlock some of its other features that Touch ID can deliver, such as the ability to bring down your control center by a simple swipe with your fingertip. In case you don't know how to do that, it's really straightforward. In the settings, just go into gestures, and right here you'll see system navigation. Tap on here. On the very top here, you'll see swipe fingerprint for notifications. Just go ahead and enable this, and now you can literally access your control center by just swiping down with your finger on the fingerprint scanner, just like so. It will take a while to get used to, but after the first couple swipes, you'll master it quickly. Then to add additional fingerprints, in the setting tab, just go into security, and right here where it says Pixel Imprints, tap on here, enter the pin code that you selected as the alternative backup, and you can add more prints just like so. And it literally just takes a matter of seconds. Then, now that the Pixel 5 finally has an ultra wide camera lens, there's a couple of nifty shortcuts that will grant you access to the camera really quickly. So my favorite trick about the Pixel 5 is that you could just rapidly tap the power button, and this will quickly launch the camera application. And in addition to that, if you want to quickly switch between cameras, just flip the camera like so, and it'll switch between the two just like that. But portrait lighting is new on the Pixel 5, and it works like this. If you switch to the portrait mode, after you take a selfie as an example, I gotta shave afterwards, but once you take a portrait shot, just go ahead and hit edit, and under adjust, you'll see a new portrait light. Literally, if you max this out, you'll see that it'll highlight the darker areas. And it's really trippy how it's able to look so lifelike while doing this last minute edit. So that's a unique feature on the Pixel 5 currently. Then another interesting addition to the Pixel 5 is a new Google Voice Recorder 2.0. It uses AI to transition the audio waves to text, and also gives you the ability to search back some of these texts. So if you're in class as an example and you just leave your device recording, if you miss a note or something, you could literally search the audio clip on this application and look for that word just like so. And it also works offline for the Pixel 5. So this is really interesting. It's crazy how well it works. This AI is just insane. So that's a little clip of how that works in a real life situation. It even takes different paragraphs too. And yeah, surprisingly it does it extremely well. So that's a hidden feature found on the Pixel 5. Then other classics like the flip to shush is also found on the Pixel 5. With this mode enabled, to quickly put your device in do not disturb mode, you literally just place the device flat down on a flat surface just like so. And then once you lift it back up, do not disturb is disabled and your phone is working normally again. And if you don't know how to enable this, go back in your setting menu and on this top bar just type in shush and you'll see it right there in gestures, and then just go ahead and enable, and that's it. In addition to that, other goodies that made their way from the other Pixel phones to the Pixel 5 is the live caption, which works extremely well. It's really awesome, especially when you're browsing on social media and then you get like a little video that pops up but you don't want to play any audio. By hitting the volume rocker, you can just quickly enable live captions like so. And while your device is on muted, at the same time, your phone isn't playing any audio, but the live caption is translating the audio of that video, even though the video doesn't support live captions. So it's using that very similar AI translation thing that the voice recorder was using. And then lastly, the most impressive feature about the Pixel 5 is setting up the settings for that extreme battery saver mode. Now, we've seen similar phones that do this, basically they'll dummy your phone down to only essential applications that can utilize the power of your smartphone. Now, Google stated that this can allow the phone to last up to 48 hours under a single charge, as it will limit some applications, but it's fully customizable as you can select what apps you want to still be powered by your phone and which apps that you don't. So to set it up is really easy. All you gotta do is go back in the setting tab once more, go down to battery and go ahead and click on battery saver, even though it's turned off. And on the very top, you'll see extreme battery saver. And when it says when to use, I like to personally leave it on whenever battery save mode is enabled, but you can switch it to never or ask every time while having it on always. As an example, if we go back and underneath here, you can see the essential apps. Here you can see the applications I selected, so I only have Facebook, Instagram, and 3 additional ones, which is YouTube and I believe a web browser like Chrome. But if you click on that, you can select the applications you want to still be activated during this mode. So you are not limited, you have the freedom to select the specific apps you find yourself using the most. And that's basically it. And now whenever you turn on battery saver, notice how the icon is now red and only the applications that you selected, as well as the essential ones like the camera and the phone app, as well as the messages, are non-grayed out. So this allows the phone to preserve as much energy as possible, so you're easily able to make it through a full entire day under a single charge and have plenty of juice left for the next day. And while we're still on the topic of the battery life, go ahead and turn on the battery life percentage, because for some reason the Pixel phones don't have this enabled by default. So I guess this is like pro tip. And if you don't know how to do that, it's really easy. Let's just go back in our setting and quickly go back into the battery tab section right here and just go ahead and enable battery percentage. And now you can see your battery percentage right on top of the little top part of the phone. But there you guys have it. Those are my favorite hidden features about the Pixel 5. I know there's more like the Hold For Me feature and such, but those are the ones that I find myself using the most and I will consider to be the essentials. So for anybody who just recently picked up a Pixel 5, or you just want to know what the competition has to offer in case you were considering picking up the Pixel 5, that's basically all the cool bits that the latest Google Pixel 5 has to offer. But besides that, I always have been personally a big fan of Pixel's phones because they're pure Android, they're not covered in bloatware, and Google keeps continuing to improve even their older Pixel models with additional features. So some of these features are also available on the older Pixel models like the Pixel 4 and such. But in my opinion, no smartphone is complete without a smartwatch. Right now, I currently have it paired with my Fossil smartwatch. If you're curious how that's like, you can go ahead and watch this video over here. And then that video over there, that's just a video that YouTube is suggesting specifically for you. Thanks so much for watching, take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.